We're excited to be back for Spring Media Day. It means our season's back in full effect. We've had I think, an extremely productive off season and preseason. Starting back from August 23rd when we started, from our return back from the summer, and we felt like we were a little motivated coming back this fall, because of a disappointing year last year in a lot of regards. But we had a young group that is very eager to return to campus and represent Penn State again in the 2016 season with heavy hearts and with high expectations. So we're excited to be back in the season and to have a little bit more normalcy with the regular season now underway and with our first win under our belt, and excited to get the rest of the season going.
Looking at that win yesterday, did you really ask for a better start, not only with the win, but with how many guys that were able to score and step up?
Yeah, I would say the same thing. We met as a coaching staff this morning and kind of debriefed the weekend, and I think you hit it right on the head. It was, you never really know what to expect. We didn't have any film on our opponent from this year. We had just from last year, so we really didn't know what to expect other than what they did last year. But I thought our guys put a lot of energy at both ends of the field. We certainly made some mistakes, but I thought we covered up very well, and played with with a great deal of emotion. I thought that just really helped us get us through some of those tougher stretches. And everyone had a chance to play yesterday, which is a feel-good moment. And you go through those things earlier in the season, and you have a chance to get some of the anxiety wiped off and get some experience under these guys' belts. I think that's going to go a long way at both ends of the field.
I mean, after every win, obviously, there's going to be some good feelings. A win's a win, and that's just kind of how we're going to look at it. We want to get a win every week, and really that's our main goal. So we did what needed to be done, and obviously that's a good feeling.
Yeah, definitely. Just to say what, repeat what TJ really said. Win's a win. You're always going to be happy when you win, but I thought we played together and a lot of emotion, energy. So it's good to see that throughout the game, but after, when it all came together and we saw the scoreboard, a great feeling.
You mentioned some of maybe the disappointments of last year. How does, for the guys that losing their players, how does going through that experience maybe help them, maybe just getting them under their belt and kind of understanding, what happened last year versus what we want to do?
Yeah, man, I think it's a great question. The process is what we've tried to instill within our guys, and we've talked a great deal about the importance of the process. In any great success, there's always going to be a moment or several moments of struggle or adversity that make that triumph or that success important or real. So, when we were going through the season last year, it was the first year in the Big Ten, first year for Big Ten lacrosse, and we were certainly excited to enter into that level of competition in that conference. And we were excited to be in the 4-team playoff, but we felt like maybe we just left a lot of opportunities on the table, and we've stepped back from that. And I think it was important for our coaching staff and our team to realize the mistakes that we made, the errors in judgment that we made as coaches and as players, but also the opportunities that we had in front of us. It was important for us to realize the potential that we still had. We were so young, and to remain confident in the macro of the process. And I think that's what these guys have done. We've had great leadership. I look at James Chakey and TJ Sanders, and we've had great leadership. And I don't think you overcome any bit of adversity or any bit of struggle unless you have guys that truly believe in the system, believe in each other. And that trust has carried us through the summer and into this fall and now into the season. So I'm hopeful that is a part of the process and that we can recover quickly and continue to go through this year, with the great understanding that it's not going to be perfect, but that's not what we signed up for. So hopefully that lesson that we learned last year, we continue to learn each and every year, will pay big dividends as the spring continues.
As a player going into the offseason with that taste in your mouth, how much harder does that make you want to work and get back out there to be better this year?
Yeah, absolutely. Last year was a disappointing year, and we're all competitors, and nobody wants to finish off the season like that. So definitely keeps you hungry, and you want to get back to work right away. And think that's what we've done this fall and coming through the preseason. So I mean, we're all ready for the season and we're all excited.
I would say the same. It's kind of end of the season, bad taste in your mouth, but you kind of get a new slate. So, from day one, as soon as we got home in the summer or stayed here, we really got after it, got after each other, made sure we communicate throughout the off season, heading into the fall season, and got after each other more than just ourselves, which was really beneficial this year.
How important is it for you guys to kind of encourage each other and maybe challenge your other teammates to get better after season?
I think it's really important. I mean, just when you know that you have all your teammates behind you and really pushing you, definitely makes things a lot easier. And it's nice being a part of something bigger than yourself. And I think that's really encouraging and really motivating as a player.
It really benefits the team also. You always save, you're working for that spot, but in order to keep that spot, you need to keep working. And without younger guys or guys pushing you, you can't really, sit in that spot for too long and feel good about yourself. So it's always good, especially after this past game, seeing some of those younger guys really compete and work hard and, like you said, score some goals and run the whole field. Like Kevin Fox, kid who's been pushing, James Burke, along with a couple other long stick midfielders throughout the fall since he's walked on campus in August. And, you see guys like that and they really push the older guys, the younger guys, everybody, and they make everybody better. So really team players like that you need.
Coach, a number of games on BTN and the ESPN Family Networks. How big is that for the program, and how much does that help in the third quarter when you have some just the exposure to sports?
Yeah, I think if you look at it from the big picture, it's great for the sport of lacrosse. You look at some of the premier sports like basketball and football that are worldwide, certainly are from east to west, are shown each and every week with national coverage. Lacrosse has been a little bit behind that, and to know that we have the kind of coverage that we have now, I think a lot of it is spurred on, and obviously it started with ESPN, now with the Big Ten Network. It's significant for us in a number of different ways, for the sport of lacrosse and the growth of lacrosse, and the exposure that we're going to receive. Also for Penn State and our growth, it provides some families who can't travel to State College the opportunity to watch their boys play or watch their teammates play, and also provides maybe just a little bit more of a recruiting advantage for us within the Big Ten and in a larger scope maybe within the world of college lacrosse. So last year, we were hoping it wasn't going to be just a blip on the radar screen because the Big Ten wanted to really promote it. Knowing that they followed up in year two with the same amount, maybe even a little bit more coverage, speaks volumes about their support for the sport of lacrosse, but also for the growth of lacrosse. So we're really excited with the opportunity. I think it's a thrill for our guys to compete and play on TV. It certainly doesn't change what you do on the field, but I think it's just great for the growth of the sport and great for the growth of Penn State lacrosse as well.
On that front for all three, what was the initial takeaway from year one in the Big Ten? How much did you enjoy it? How much did you feel like it helped the program grow? And what did you think?
I thought it was awesome. Just like in the big picture, being able to play in a major conference like the Big Ten, it's pretty cool. Just the coverage, basically everything was kind of a step up, and just being the first year in the conference, that's always something you can say you're a part of, and I think that's pretty cool. So it's definitely an exciting time for lacrosse, and I think just for all of us, an exciting time in general, just to be able to be a part of it.
Definitely. It's something you dream of from when you're a little kid, playing a big-time conference like the Big Ten and being a part of, a lacrosse team for the first time, having lacrosse as a Big Ten conference, and even the tournament. We were fortunate enough to, get that fourth spot in the Big Ten tournament last year and compete in it and represent Penn State. So it's something you dream about as soon as you step on campus from when you're a little kid. So it's awesome.
Just go to year two in the Big Ten. What's something to see you guys won last year to allow you guys to beat better this year, teams like Maryland and Johns Hopkins and teams in the conference?
Consistency, I think, is probably one of our greatest takeaways. Each and every week, the competition was stiff. It's it's not just that the teams are that good. It's when you're playing within the Big Ten and you're playing conference rivals, they're always going to be prepared, and they're extremely well coached, and they're going to be excited to compete and play because you know you're playing for something just a little bit more. You know, a chance to play in that conference tournament, a chance to win the Big Ten, certainly last year to win the inaugural Big Ten. So we've stepped back as a coaching staff and tried to look big picture for that as well, and just try to do a good job as we can right now, even in the preseason, of making sure that we're in a good position, both with the teams that we've scheduled, but also with the health of our young men by the time you get to that Big Ten season. So we feel like we have a great schedule, very, very, very competitive. We'll know who we are, and I think it'll be an accurate look at who we are by the time we get to the Big Ten schedule. And also we want to maintain some health. We want to make sure that in practices each and every week we do our best to cater to some of our veteran players. I think we finally have some veteran players at some key positions that we need to make sure that they're in a position to do what they can do on the field. So that consistency is going to be kind of a coaching staff and player product of our environment and practice schedule. But hopefully we'll do a little bit better job this year with that knowledge from our takeaway last year.
Do you expect the conference to continue to get more competitive as more kids play lacrosse? There's more and more good players coming out of high school. Do you expect college lacrosse in general to grow and get more difficult to win in?
I think lacrosse in general is going to continue to become more competitive. I don't know if that's just going to be a Big Ten thing, but there is a huge buzz about Big Ten right now. I mean, I think there was, just because it was brand new, and anytime something comes out and it's brand new, I think it's generally more talked about and more publicized. And I think because of the exposure that we had, we all benefited from that greatly. But I think the experience of a Big Ten institution, socially, academically, and athletically, will be as much a part of that product and the growth of that product as anything. So I think the short answer to that is yes. But I think the growth of lacrosse is creating competition everywhere: big schools, small schools, Ivy League schools, including Big Ten schools. But I think the experience that we can provide just makes us a little bit unique in the sport of lacrosse. There's just not a lot of schools like us, Penn State and Michigan and Ohio State, and I think a lot of young student athletes are looking at the overall experience and taking away a greater benefit from what they might be able to receive here.
Any more questions?
Thank you very much.